Good morning, student. So, in our second unit of your course, computer application in pharmacy, an idea about HTML importance in terms of designing the web page. So, before getting into the content, as the July month of the video, we are going to get into the what are the various importance in terms of the HTML. Look to the content. What is an HTML? It's objective and used in terms of the WW, which is called the World Wide Web, or in terms of Internet, and what are the various tools available and terminologies, and how to generate a HTML document, and how to save it and run in a browser, and then what are the various text in terms of tags available, special character, advantages, and then disadvantages. So in connection with the HTML, we'll be moving to what is an HTML. So look to the definition. HTML stands for HyperText Markup Language. So this HyperText Markup Language is not like a programming language. You will be having the tags. With the help of the tags, we can design the web page. With the help of the flexibility, when saving the things, what happened, we will be saved as an HTML. Let's say for one web page. So in the condition, what happened? The HTML, what is the purpose of the HTML? More or less, the HTML will be running in the different platform. Look to it. What happened? HyperText Markup Language create the document in terms of the World Wide Web. World Wide Web in the sense, what happened? And what to say? Web document. So collection of the keywords and tags, and it will be either running in the internet and intranet. You know the difference when the content is run in terms of the all type of the environment will be come under the category of internet. When the web page is running in terms of the only of the standalone, it is called the intranet. That is a platform independent, and followed by it will be running in terms of the Macintosh. What to say? It will be running in terms of the Netscape Navigator, and then Firefox, Mozilla, Google, Chrome, and any of the browser. But HTML will be having its interpreter and will be running in the what to say a component called an interpreter. See here, what the objective of the HTML? The purpose of the HTML to create a page in the form of an what to say web page. So what happened? You need to save the HTML in terms of .html. How to do it? We can either use our text editor or notepad. In the notepad, we will be using our tags. In the tags, we can use of the what to say either a sample or maybe a college.html. We can have the various content. So here, therefore, the HTML, what happened? You will be having of the various content such as what happened? Image, hyperlink, markup text, date time, registration form, text box, list box, scroll down, a number of web components are available. With help of these things, what happened? A form can be validated in terms of the client with help of HTML, which is called a client script. That is not needed over here, but our intention to give an idea about HTML. Followed by what happened? With help of the things, what happened? With help of this editor, what are the editors are available? Quite simple. Online editor like we can either use our notepad, or you can use what to say NetBeans, or maybe of Eclipse, or maybe of Visual Code also can be used. So in connection, see here the HTML pages will be running in a browser. We know the types of the browser. Either it will be running in terms of the Microsoft platform, or Windows, Unix, or maybe of what to say, or maybe of any type of Solaris and any type of the platform. So its connection, what happened? The HTML will be used for designing of the web pages. In connection with in terms of the HTML will be having a tag. See the tags. So we know the HTML will be starting with HTML, head, title, and then followed by body. Inside the body will be having a table and then fragmenting and etc. But HTML in some of the tags will be having a opening and no close. But you will be having of the things like a break, or this is a break, or BL, and then HR. The HR is an important parameter which is called an hyperlink. So in the last class we had an idea of a AHREF. So we need to move to the page of a 50th page or 500 page. So that is one of the maximum possibility of HTML. So it will be having the attribute parameter and etc. When you follow them, in either you making the mistake, we can look over the syntax and correct it. It's not a constraint to mark up of all the tags. This connection, what happens here, an HTML tag will be open and close, HTML body, and also head, body, title, etc. Inside the HTML, you can encompasses of the what to say XML and then CSS. XML is an extra markup language. You can have the own of the markup languages. But what happens when using of an HTML? We can use only our HTML tags, not of your own tags. but XML give the advantages, flexibility in terms of designing your own tag, which is called. So in connection, it will be a number of tags. So we will be using our HTML. It will be running in terms of a browser, so that with help of the things, web page, and connected to of the condition when the things are available. This is the condition. So what happened is this is the syntax and the structure format, or maybe of a structure of the HTML program. So connection. So with help of the web notepad is stored, it can run in the browser. HTML will be having its own interpreter with the things what happen when any things are getting look good, it will be getting into the body color or maybe our text color or markup text etc. But our intention when you try to design the web page only with the HTML, it will be in a static in nature, not a dynamic. To overcome the drawback, we will be seeing in the next class how to encompass or integrate inside the HTML, the XML tags and forward to CSS tag, which makes the pages dynamic. So thank you, my students.